Hello, friend. So I'm out and about and decided, what the hell? I'm going to do another little park video real quick. So this one is going to be formatted slightly different because it's Central Riverside Park here in Wichita, and there's kind of stuff sprawled out. So I'm going to go hit the stuff, and so it's actually going to be some jump cuts here. Thing I don't really like, but anyways, so I'm gonna give you a little tour. This is not so much for the people in Wichita, because you know what, if you're in Wichita, you've probably seen this before. It's pretty cool. But for my friends that haven't been into Wichita before and haven't seen it, hey, quick tour is in order. Now the first thing to know is the part I'm in is Central Riverside Park, and there's also North Riverside Park, and there is South Riverside Park. And if you keep going upwards, there's a whole bunch of other parks because they're all sitting on the Arkansas River. And so it's just kind of littered up and down with parks the whole way. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff to see here. So hang on a second, let's check it out. One of the cool features of Central Riverside Park is the native wildlife. They have an exhibit that has things like eagles and possums, beavers, and of course, you also have the bobcats, which are one of my favorites. Could you say something? Not going to speak to me, are you? There we go. And if you want to see them the most active, what you want to do is be here around noon, any day of the week, because that's feeding time. So you get to see the bobcats and all those get out of their area. Now, it's not huge. It's not enormous. It's just about that big around square. But still, it's a cool little neat feature. Cool looking building behind me is the Wichita Park Pagoda. And it was built in 1911. So been here a long time. And they're trying to get it restored, and part of the wildlife exhibit that I was just showing off. Unfortunately, some people are jackasses, and there was some vandalism to it not too long ago. So it's currently boarded up, and but it's being in the process of trying to be brought back. And of course, the usual park features like slides and things like that, and a cool little splash pad area for the kids and the dogs, because I don't know if you ever watched dogs in a splash pad. It is awesome. One of the things I like and appreciate about these places is how often they get things added to them I didn't know was here before. So now, for instance, you can play cornhole or bring your own stuff for ping pong. How cool is that? And this little area right here is kind of cool too. And for me, I find it cool because I can't remember if I've officiated 2 or 3 weddings here. Plus, I actually stood in to handle the minister's work for just before a wedding for the practice session. But anyways, it's a cool little place overlooking the water. Unfortunately, there is one downside: is during goose season, yeah, you might have a little goose grease around here. But you get a nice little pool view that currently has a bit of algae in it. Then there's this cool thing. So if you show up on the correct day, and they're labeled June 21st, March 30th, September 22nd, and December 21st, when the light hits that at just the right time, it comes down and it illuminates these. How cool is that? So it's your astronomical calendar for equinox and solstice and etc. And it's not huge. We're not talking like Central Park, New York, or anything like that. But it's good enough size. There's plenty of things and plenty of space for plenty of people to be in here. And there it is. That's your tour of Central Riverside Park here in Wichita, Kansas. Now, like I said, if you're Wichitan, you've already been here. You've seen it. You probably know about the celestial calendar over there. You probably know about the rest of it, which is cool. But for everybody else, hey, if you're in Wichita, give it a chance someday. Stop by, try it out. At one time, I used to come out here and bring a book and just kind of kick back and relax in the car, so that it's outside of the hot or cold that Kansas loves so much, and either look out at the park, or if you look the other direction, get a nice view of the Arkansas River. Pretty nice. And it's, for the most part, one of those places where being in the middle of a city, actually relatively quiet and calm here. Check out the place. It's neat. See ya.